Hi everyone, my name is Luna. Today I want to talk about what is comprehensible speech. As we all know, there are a lot of factors affect comprehensible speech, such as segmental features, suprasegmental features, pauses and speech rate, syllable length, fluency, lexis, grammar, and discourse richnesses. And I will talk about the comprehensible speech from the following three concepts with my own experience. First, I will talk about suprasegmental features, which include word stress, sentence stress, and intonation. In China, English teaching doesn't include speaking because speaking is not tested in the college entrance examination, and so many Chinese teachers and students don't pay attention to speaking. And I was good at listening, reading, and writing, but I couldn't speak English at all. I didn't realize the importance of speaking until I decided to study abroad. But I didn't know how to speak English at all. Whenever I had to open my mouth to speak English, I felt very shy. I was not confident about my pronunciation, my intonation, so I hardly ever spoke English. Then I learned a method from the internet which allows me to speak English with confidence. That is the shadow following method. Which means you follow the recording or the video with minimal time difference until you are able to be perfect sync with the recording or video and gradually understanding all the content. So I followed the L's listening recording and started imitating its intonation, word stress, and sentence stress, and if I couldn't follow it, I went back and practiced it over and over and over again until I could read it well. And in this way, my intonation became closer to native speaker. Fluency also has an impact on comprehensible speech. When I speak English, I need to translate the Chinese into English in my mind, and I have to search the English word in my mind. Which word can express what I want to say, and it usually takes me a long time. And because thinking, I need to pause, which affect the listener's understanding, and they will say sorry or pardon, and I need to say it again. Then I thought about how I could improve my fluency. The first way I think it is practice. I just said a sentence again until it was kept in my mind, and I could say it naturally. And it's just like saying how are you without thinking at all. It just comes out. And it can shorten the thinking time and improve the fluency. But this method takes a lot of time. Second, to develop the English thinking. I watched a lot of English videos and learned how native speakers say English with the English thinking, and this method is very efficient compared to the first one. Accent is also a very important factor which affects comprehensible speech. Studies have shown that an English accent can limit speakers' ability to communicate with others effectively. Pronunciation without an accent will gain more respect from others. Sometimes accent can become a stereotype. For example, we can listen to the speaker's accent to determine whether he is a Japanese or Chinese. And in the week 6 reading, there is a story about a landlord who would tell someone with an accent that there is no weekend apartments, or a co-worker who would mimic the accent as a means of ridicule. And this shows how accents have become a form of discrimination. I speak English with an accent too, because there are many vowels and consonants in English are not found in Chinese, so it's so difficult for me to learn these pronunciations. I have made a lot of efforts to study them, but it didn't work. But I found a very interesting thing. Although my English has an accent and even my pronunciation is wrong, I can still communicate with the local people very well. So I thought, is accent really important for comprehensible speech? So, is accent important for comprehension or not? I think it depends on the situation. If the accent has seriously affected the listener's understanding, the accent needs to be corrected. But if the speaker has an accent, but it doesn't affect the listener's comprehension, and they can interact and communicate with others normally, having an accent cannot be a target of discrimination by others. For example, one time I asked my classmate to get his email. I asked him, "May I get your email?" But he didn't understand me, because my first language made it difficult for me to pronounce the word email, and I asked him several times, but he didn't understand me. He was so confused, and I was also very embarrassed. He didn't understand what I want to say until the other classmate next to me asked, "Did you want to his email?" And I said yes. So this kind of accent, which already affects the listener's comprehension, needed to be corrected. Similarly, if your fluency, stress, and intonation are not a problem for a listener, you don't need to worry too much about these issues, because the point of communication is comprehension. As long as the other person can understand what you are saying, you can communicate with each other normally, and that's enough. Remember, comprehension and interaction are the core. For example, when I went to take the IELTS speaking test, the examiner would give me a topic to describe. During the test, there was almost no conversation with the examiner. Even though I achieved a 6.5 in speaking, I still couldn't communicate with people when I first arrived in Canada. When I was asked, "How are you?" I didn't even know how to answer. The IELTS test looks at pronunciation, the segmental features and suprasegmental features, but not interactivity. So comprehension and interactivity are the most important factors in speaking.